The Electric Rodeo is an adult toy megastore podcast about sex, toys, pleasure, and relationships.
It contains adult themes, adult language, and probably too much information about our sex lives.
Sorry, Mum. Kia ora everyone, welcome back to the third season of The Electric Rodeo. I am your host, Emma Hewitt, and if you follow us on social media at Electric Rodeo Podcast on Instagram, then you might know that I'm actually not going to be sitting by myself this season. I have decided that the time was ripe to bring in a co-host. Woo. So I've got a friend here, her name is Tash Bull. You may have recognised her name from such episodes as Good Vibes Only and the ATMS Hotline from last season. Tash, welcome to the Electric Rodeo.
Hi, thank you for having me again.
Oh, you're so welcome.
I can probably stop saying that now that I'm a co-host.
Yeah. Just don't say it every time.
Right, yeah, okay. Noted.
So, Tash, tell us a little bit about yourself for the people who don't know so that they can get acquainted.
Yes. Hi, my name's Tash, as Emma has mentioned. I am the customer services team leader for Adulttoymegastore, so I do a lot of cool customer service stuff, manage people, projects at ATMS. And I'm here, I guess, because love to chat sex toys, love to normalise it for the people, and I have very little shame, so I think that'll bode well.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely helpful on a podcast. It's all about sex.
I think that's my main characteristic that's really catapulted me here today.
Okay, so let's do a quick fire round. Favourite sex toy?
Karma. Sheer satisfaction karma.
I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting you to say that for some reason. Favourite sex position?
Doggy style.
Was expecting that one. Favourite sex fact?
Sex fact?
Yeah.
Favourite sex fact.
This is a sex fact-filled podcast.
That it's fun.
Oh my God.
No, I don't know. I didn't prepare a sex fact.
It was on the list of facts to prepare.
Wow.
Okay, who's your favourite family member?
Redacted.
Not the cat?
No, not the cat.
Okay, quick fire, rapid word association round, just to really give the people a feel for what goes on inside your head. I say a word, you say the first thing that comes into your brain.
I'm horrified at what's about to come out
I
right
am
now.
quite the opposite. I'm very excited. Okay, 3, 2, 1, taint.
Ball.
Moist.
Towelette.
Not what I was expecting. Rim.
Job. Sorry.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Rodeo.
Cow.
Not cowgirl.
My brain was going there, but it just kind of stopped at cow.
I'm right in front of you.
Cowgirl.
Vibrator.
Joy.
Oh, that's cute. Friendship.
Love.
Booty.
Hole.
And 12 inches.
Penis.
Yay!
Those are not very creative answers. You know, the vibrator one is actually a bar from a song. It's from an Ash and Echo song because she says, I swear my blue vibrator brings me more joy.
Oh, that's cute.
So I think that's where that came from.
Beautiful. I love it. So now you all know a little bit more about Tash. I will let you know what we're going to be doing this season. So things are going to be a little bit different. Obviously, there's 2 of us now. So we're going to do a mix of conversations just between the 2 of us. But we'll also be doing lots of super fun interviews as well. So we've got some really cool guests lined up, some sex educators, some sex researchers, some sex workers again. I think it's going to be a really cool season. And we're also going to have a fun thread throughout the whole thing as well. So this is going to be our sex and toy bucket list. So Tasha, she came up with this idea because she is a creative genius, which is why I've let her join me as co-host. She's also quite hot, which is really nice for me to sit here and look at her.
Yes, a hot podcaster. That is one of the prerequisites.
Voice for radio, face for video. So we have both created a list of 9 things that we want to complete by the end of the season. And lots of the episodes are going to revolve around those things so that we can kind of talk about them a bit more, see how we're progressing with each of these. So Tash, you go first. Tell us what's on your bucket list and a little bit about why you want to try these things so badly.
The first one on my bucket list is have a threesome. I mean, full disclosure for the listeners, this has been in the works for some months. So when I wrote this list, I had not ticked this off. Unfortunately, I am going into the podcast having ticked this one off.
She's an overachiever.
She's already doing her due diligence. But yeah, that was the first one on mine, have a threesome. I am in a long-term, ethically non-monogamous relationship with my partner, George. And so I'm also bi, so it's just kind of something we've discussed and something I know he's interested in doing. I'm interested in doing MMF or FFM, which is essentially just talking about the gender of the people involved. I'm not super fussed on what their gender is. So yeah, that's just a fun thing you can do when you're in an open relationship and you like having sex with multiple people.
Yay!
So that's my first one. My second one is peg or be pegged.
To peg or be pegged.
To peg or be pegged. Haven't had either. Again, it's something you can do as part of queer sex. It's something I don't think I have the cardio for, so I think I'm kind of, to be honest, I'm leaning more towards I'd like to be pegged.
You're going to be the peggy.
Well, when we did the episode last season where it was there was advice questions about pegging, I asked my sister and their partner for advice, and they were like, cardio. And I was just like, oh, I'm not built for that.
It's a lot of thrusting. It's a lot of pressure to get that position right.
Yeah, getting the position right, absolutely. So that'll be an interesting one. But yeah, just something a little different. Participate in voyeurism.
Ooh.
I could be classified as a voyeur.
Ooh.
I like to watch.
When I reminded you of this list a few days ago, you laughed at this and you'd forgotten that you put it on there. And you're like, did I put that on there? And I was like, yes, this is your list.
Maybe I didn't think I was going to be that open and just be like, I like to watch. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't really thought about how to achieve that one.
You've got till the end of the season.
We have till the end of the season, so the real planning starts now. The fourth one on my list is make sex art. So specifically at ATMS, we sell the Lover's Art, and it's basically a canvas and paint kit, and you put it out and you put paint on your body and have sex on top of it.
Fun.
And I just think that would be a really fun thing to do. I think you could try really hard to make it beautiful, or as we discussed earlier today, I could just put paint on my ass and my feet. It'd just be a whole lot of ass prints.
Yeah, I mean, I can't be the one to decide what you do.
No,
but definitely do that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for creativity, which I'm looking forward to. But yeah, my ass is quite big, so I feel like that's going to take up most of the space, anyways.
Right in the centre.
Yeah,
it's the star of the show.
But yeah, get some colour. Who knows? Maybe I'll frame it.
That would be really fun.
That would be so lovely. I would love to have a piece of art in my house because I'm not the kind of person who would be coy. They'd be like, oh, wow. And I'd be like, yeah, we had sex on that canvas.
Yeah.
I mounted him and then we mounted the canvas.
Okay, what else?
Try double penetration. Haven't tried it. Seems like a fun challenge. I enjoy watching it. I find it intriguing. Why not try two at once?
That's going to be a fun episode.
I think so. That's kind of the one where I've thought about it. And I'm like, this is the one I probably want my mum to listen to the least.
We said sorry, mum, at the beginning, so...
Yeah, no, all apologies have already been made, so I don't feel like we have to keep apologising.
If they keep listening, that's on them at this point.
Yeah, at their discretion, absolutely. But I think when I thought about, like, maybe a week ago when I was like, oh, we're about to start recording, and I thought about the people in my life listening to it, I think that was the one. Not that I have any shame about it, I just think it's funny.
Your mum is also like very invested in everything that you do, so she will listen. 100%.
She is the best. She'll be like, yeah,
that's my girl.
Yeah, both those dicks. No, she won't. She will be very nice and supportive though. which I appreciate. The next one on my list is to try a vulva pump.
Yeah, it's fun.
I feel like that's a cool one, sensation-wise and also look-wise. Makes a bit of a difference. I just think it'll be a handy little gadget to whip out if you really want to shake things up. And I want to see if, like, sensitivity-wise it actually does much.
Yeah, I think that's the most intriguing part to me as well. Like, to figure out, like, how much it changes it.
I know.
Because it increases blood flow to the area, just for those that we're not going to go into too much detail, but that's the whole like gist of like pumping is what it does. So it'll be really interesting to know how much that changes how sensitive you feel.
I'm also interested to know how long I'm going to be feeling engorged for.
Yeah, true.
Is it going to interfere with my life? Like, these are the questions people might have. Like, I want to try a pussy pump or a vulva pump. But I'm just scared about having an engorged vulva throughout the day.
Just do it on your day off when you've got nothing else planned. Like, there's nothing. What do you need?
Our listeners are movers and shakers, baby. They got things to do. Just like me.
Got to pump this vulve.
Got to pump this vulve. And the next one is try a rimming toy. Do we both have this one on our list?
No, but I am going to just do that one as friendship. I'm just going to do it as well.
In solidarity, you're going to try a nice shiny new toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to try the B-Vibe rimming plug. I really liked the episode you did last season talking about that, and I actually didn't really know what it was going in. So I am interested to understand if it's able to replicate that sensation of rimming. Yeah.
Yeah, we had an episode last season with Alicia Sinclair, who is the founder of B-Vibes and makes awesome products, and just had an amazing wealth of information about it. So it was super cool. Listen to that if you haven't already.
Facts. It's a very good episode. I also am wanting to explore more BDSM. Particularly, I want to try a spreader bar.
Yes.
I just think those are cool. I like restraint type stuff. That's my jam, but I haven't tried a spreader bar, so I think that'd be a cool thing to try. I have got kind of a lot of different toys that are kind of BDSM toys. Like, I've got some restraints, I've got a ball gag, got some clamps, I have a collar, things like that, but I haven't really integrated a lot of them at once. George and I aren't really planners. We'll just kind of be doing something, then we'll be like, yeah, throw that in there. So I feel like a spreader bar with cuffs it's just a bit more of a, physical restraint. It's the full restraint, and then we can incorporate a bit more into there. One of the things that I want to incorporate whilst being chained to my lovely spreader bar is wax play. A bit of temperature play. I've done cold stuff. I have not done hot stuff.
Oh, yes.
And I feel like wax could be all sexy, dripping down my body.
It looks so cool.
Yeah.
When it's happening. So do that.
Okay. So that is my list. I'm very excited. I'm going to try lots of new things.
Love it.
Yes.
Okay.
And your list I would like to hear about.
Oh, right. So my first one is actually, oh my God, same, twinsies, but peg or be pegged as well. I have had pegging gear in my belongings for a very, very long time, and I still have not used it.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like, look, it's now or never. I've got a tiny wee house. If we're not going to use it, get it out.
True. It's about storage space at this point.
Honestly is. So the time is right. My second one is learn to rope tie properly and actually go to a class. So
cool.
I've got some books about it, which are super fun, and they talk a lot about safety and stuff, but I'm kind of I need help to actually figure it out, if you know what I mean.
If you're doing proper shibari, it's very intricate. Yeah. And if you're a visual learner or you learn by doing, a class would be ideal.
And I was sure, I can see that that's a knot. How the fuck did it get like that though?
How do we get here?
Yeah, I need some assistance. And Jay, my partner, is super, super keen. So hopefully we can find one in Wellington. I've been struggling to find one. There used to be a really cool spot called Threshold where you could do classes.
Great name.
I know, but it's gone. So listeners, if you're out there and you know of a great class in Wellington or a great instructor that you trust in Wellington, flick me an email, emma@adulttoymegastore.co.nz, and please let me know because I really want to do one. I found some cool ones online, but like I said, I want that in-person experience. So
you crowdsource that class.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let me know, gang. They'll know.
Go.
Electric Rodeo followers, someone's going to know.
Yeah.
Another one for me is to get back into sex magic.
Back into.
So this one is like your threesome one. Like, you've already done it. So this was...
But we could be doing more.
Yeah, exactly. So I was into it for a while and then... Bit of a long story, which we'll talk about on the next episode. But I got out of it for a reason. But now... I'm back into it. I want to feel magical and special again, and this is our time. And why would you not want more magic in your life?
Absolutely.
That's what I want to know.
Absolutely.
I'm all into my fairy tales. I'm into my horny fairy, smart books. I've got my tarot cards. We're going to talk about astrology at some point on this season. Like, I just want more magic generally.
Are you an ACOTAR reader?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Maybe I should have put that on my list. Read ACOTAR.
You should. Everyone should. A Court of Thorn and Roses. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Sexy fairies. Delightful. So the next one for me is to sad face, but stop sexual pain for good. A bit of a long process for me. A few things going on, but we can talk a bit more about that later. But, you know, working through it, getting there, I reckon... We'll talk to a few amazing experts and figure out a few little tips and tricks. So that will be really cool to talk about. And then once that's done, try a sex machine.
Oh, yeah.
It's only been my goal for the last 2 years.
Pain-free, hop on the sex machine. I mean, that's priorities.
That is priorities.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got to sort that out so that we can sort the sex machine out. You know what I mean?
Also taking up space in the small house.
It's you'll learn more about it a bit later in the season. But what we've done is we've got a tiny house and a huge sex machine.
It's not huge.
It's pretty
huge relevant to the
huge.
size of the house.
Yeah. So I have not tried it yet. I have been gifted one, which I'm very excited about, and I'll talk about a little bit later in the season. It is currently in my garage because it does not fit anywhere. So first on the bucket list, bring it down from the garage. Next on the bucket list, actually use it. Another one on my list is to write my own erotica.
This one's fun.
Yeah, this has been there for a while. And I've actually decided that I'm not going to write it on my own. I'm going to crowdsource from you, my lovely listeners, ideas and situations, and maybe throughout the season I'm going to ask you questions and let's write it together. So follow us on Instagram and we'll put some prompts out, and I want opinions. I want to make a collective erotic story about something.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah. So that will be very fun for me.
And hopefully it's all nice and sexy and then we can all enjoy it in our own time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, erotica can sometimes be really badly written, and we can either lean into that as a team or try and make it really good.
We would not be the first podcast to create success from a badly written erotica.
This is true. The next one is to wear vibrating underwear in public.
Ooh, so fun.
Yeah, so that will be hopefully a good time.
You know what I've realised? Across our lists, I mean, I don't know how many of mine you've tried, but I haven't actually tried any of yours except for wear vibrating underwear in public.
Oh,
so this is
right.
actually kind of fun because except for that one, I feel like I don't know.
Your list are spread a bar, but that's... Oh, and wax. But that's it as well.
Fun. So we're learning so much.
We're learning together.
Fab.
This is one that I know that you like as well, but we'll want to try, but is electrosex.
Yeah. I was thinking about that today as well. I was like, I wish I could put that on my list. That's fine. You can just zap me.
Yeah. We'll bring that in one day and we'll just do some zappage. Zap. It is called the Electric Rodeo, so makes sense.
It's all making sense.
And my final one is to try a sex swing, ideally without falling out and hurting myself or breaking the whole house. But at least I own the house now, so if I break it,
you get to pay for it.
I can just try and fix it. And I don't have to worry about telling my landlord what happened.
True.
which I think is helpful.
I think that's the first hurdle to get over. Yeah. Second hurdle is, like you said, ensuring you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah. We don't, we were looking at the doors the other day because it's one of the ones that goes over, like, your door.
Yeah.
And then you close it and it locks into place. And I was like, our doors aren't super secure. Like, the dog can open those. So I was like, we better make sure that we do it on a door with a good lock.
And the dog's outside.
And the dog's away and outside.
Well, it's just you in the swing, right? Or,
yes, one person in the swing, one person standing.
That's all right.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
They can just hold the door handle as well.
Like you said, if it requires fixing, at least you don't have to tell anyone.
What if I'm broken as well? What if I break myself and the door frame?
Then I guess it's just up to Jay to fix both. Sorry, Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
Thanks, Jay. So those are our bucket lists, which we're both very excited about, and we have been very kindly gifted a few products by Adult Toy Megastore so that we can explore our bucket lists. And so if you like anything that we talk about on the podcast, you can use the code Rodeo10 and go to Adult Toy Megastore and get 10% off your order.
Yay.
We'll be updating everyone throughout the season how we're going on ticking off our bucket list on Instagram, so make sure that you tune in and follow us on there at Electric Rodeo Podcast. And, make your own. Trying new sex stuff is fun. Try along with us. Do one of mine, do one of Emma's. Make your own one up if you don't want to do them because they're too silly.
But honestly, it was really fun to write them and actually take the time to think about what we wanted to do. And I think we've both changed things in and out a few times. A little bit because it's for me, have a threesome is also on the list.
Sure.
But thinking about taking someone else back to our house and then just the dog is a psycho, a gorgeous, beautiful, high energy, sweet baby girl. But
unrelenting.
Yeah, will not leave us alone. We'll scratch at the door.
Yeah.
It's just that's not hot.
We tried to keep it a little bit realistic. Yeah, no, you very much have to find the very correct time and place, which is why mine has already happened because the opportunity fell into our lap.
Selfishly, Tash did not save that for the podcast.
So rude. She will, however, talk about it in excruciating detail, so I feel like everybody wins.
Yeah, true. It's all worth it in the end. But yeah, I think it's important to take stock of what your desires and things that you want to do are as well, and know that they develop over time too. Because I was thinking about this the other day. I was I remember when I first started at ATMS, and obviously we work in sex and we work in sex toys, so our lists are probably a little bit more extreme than others, and our capabilities of getting our hands on a lot of this shit is obviously a lot easier for us than for other people. Yeah. But things have changed, because I remember when I first got there, I was sex machines. Who would ever use a sex machine? And then this one specific machine came into my life, and I was I'm gonna use that sex machine. I'm gonna have it. And I do have it now. And I haven't used it, but I'm going to. But I think that writing out a list of stuff is very cool to just know what you want. And it's also a very good conversation starter with a partner as well.
It's been so good having those conversations with George. When I've been talking about a couple of the little ones and be ooh, what if we did this with this? Talking about the wax play with the spreader bar, and actually it's just opened up a conversation, even though for me it's interesting because it's our sex life, but it's come from a work conversation. I'm this is something I'm going to be doing for work. But the conversations we've had have been so fun and sexy and open. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I think it's just a cool thing to do in general, and it's even better that we get to chat about it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So I'm so excited to have you all join us for season 3. So we're going to be releasing an episode every Tuesday. We're going to be kicking off the next one with a very fun episode about sex magic, and obviously, hopefully a tick off my bucket list, my first tick. Yay! So we will see you next week. Write your own bucket lists. Talk to your partner about it. Have a great time.
Yeah.
Ye-haw! You've been listening to the Electric Rodeo podcast by Adult Toy Megastore.
Follow Electric Rodeo free on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And to keep up to date with our bucket list progress, follow at Electric Rodeo Podcast on Instagram.